welcome you all for joining today in this another webinar session brought by DronaHQ, where we help you to understand our new upcoming features and how to use these features to build powerful micro apps as well as web apps for your website, for your own business, or you can say your everyday utility tools and much more. And today we have a very interesting topic for you all, which is building AI-powered apps on DronaHQ. Now, most of you must have known about ChatGPT and how like there is a certain boom with using all these APIs to generate answers with the very ease and generating templates, email templates, writing reviews, analyzing data, and everything has been made so much easier with AI. So today we are going to build some of the AI-powered apps on DronaHQ. So hi everyone, my name is Shubham Dhar and I am a developer advocate in DronaHQ as well as host for this webinar. And today in our agenda, we have like first to explore that how DronaHQ, a low-code platform, enables you to build a fusion with AI, like what APIs we are using and how prompts are being sent, how it is being used, and all these things. So it is a show and tell so that we have multiple use cases for you. That's why we will be like go through all the step-by-step process, like what is happening and due to what the whole generation of text is happening. Next, AI assist in DronaHQ. Now, in DronaHQ platform for writing coding, like coding text, and for writing queries, SQL and non-SQL queries, we provide AI assist, a simple small button of Ask AI where you just simply click on it and write your prompt. Like I want JS function to find out the mean of all the ratings we are getting. It will provide you a quick JavaScript code. Uh, and finally, we have our Q&A session where you can share your doubts on chat and I'll try to solve them all. And so let's move on. Okay, so our first use case is building an e-commerce ad description. Now, so the first use case, building ads on description generator using AI. So this particular use case is totally dependent for, you can say in a marketing purpose. And let me quickly show you how this apps looks like. Awesome. So as you can see in front of my screen that in the left hand side there is a list of products and suppose in your company you have all this list of products and you want to generate a marketing description or marketing text for every week or time to time you want to generate this text. So instead of writing your own, you can use the you can simply click on here and this particular app will generate auto generate the title, the description, and more. So if you on the first attempt it is generating a title, and if you don't want this, simply click on regenerate, and a new title has been created and the new description will be there. Next, you can select from a drop down like where you want to post, since it is a static based on this particular app only. So instead of posting, we will be pushing this whole detail into a sheet. So let's say this is for Twitter posting. And now if I click on Twitter, it will save this to my sheet. Let me show you. So it is a wireless audio magic Bluetooth earbud. Save by difference the sheet. And you can see in the end we have wireless Bluetooth earbud, and this is a platform for uh, Twitter. Okay, just give me a second. I'll share my whole screen. Now, if you see that there is this one more call drop down for admin. So what is happening here? Let's say I have this detail for my marketing purpose and want to send this title and description for a review check. So asking for approval. So here we have connected Slack API to ask for approval, and if I just click here, it will should send me a detail on my Slack ID with the title and description for this particular product. Okay, so you can see right here the message from DronaHQ. Yes, 4K clarity, stunning clear 4K Ultra HD Smart TV. So the whole description and the title has been sent to my office work channel, so that in case I want to approve this for marketing purpose, I can look into it. Now let's see how it is built, and the very amazing thing about is this, that the whole app can be built just within 20 to 30 minutes, because the first thing first is to you should have a product list. Now for this product list, you can either get it from your database or you can save it in your data queries. And here you can see we have a variable named data1, and it has all the names and description, price, as well as the image of the product. Now the product list has been shown here under the card section. And now the next thing is that when I click on it, I want a whole new tray to come up. So you can see that on the events of product list, on action click, I have a navigate actions which helps me to go to the screen 2. Now let's go to screen 2 and see what's happening here. So screen 2 is basically a tray, and right here on the regenerate button, on the both of the regenerate button, let me show that on button click I have added an open AI connector, API connector, and this is like continue, and the endpoint is written as completion. So this completion endpoint helps you to take in as a prompt like what you want OpenAI to generate, and also a model from the user. So you can see text the VC003. This is the model we have chosen, and the prompt is act as a product promoter and create a title for product list.name. Now product list.name is basically whatever you have selected from the whole product list dot name. And product list, you have seen that in the previous screen, and the screen 1, the whole product column is there. So whenever we click on any product, the name will be transferred here by using the keyword. So if I just click here, you can see act as the product promoter and create a title for wireless Bluetooth. So currently wireless Bluetooth is being selected in 5 words. Okay. So this is for title generation, and continue, and then we have the JS code. Now open up the JS code. See, the JS code is actually for removing these characters, like as since it all comes as an object on an array tree. So we are using this particular function to remove this character and make it similar to like a normal string. Nothing fancy, just an input string being transformed for an output string, and set control value. So finally, we will set the data which we are receiving in the JS code to our title section in this particular input field. Similarly, we have done for description. To show you, we have chosen the completion model, completion endpoint with model 003, and here we act as a product manager, write a short description of the product wireless Bluetooth about 20 words. So, and then we have the JS code to remove the unwanted character, and then I think we are saving it. Yes, we are saving it as a description output and putting that into this. Now, if you have you can see that in this particular, if I click, let's say, government of job, without clicking the regenerate button, the title and description is auto generated. So it is happening when I go to this tray. And click on screen, there is an event for screen open. So whenever this tray will get open, I'm invoking two action flows. Now the two action flows is dependent on the buttons called as button click and button click one, button one and button normal button. So these two buttons will get invoked for their action flow whenever the tray gets open. So the first time you don't have to regenerate, it will provide you a description and a title. And if you want to get something different, you can click on regenerate button. Okay. Now comes to this admin part. Now, the admin drop down, let me show you that it is getting the data from our data group. Now in the option, you can see that members ID and members name, both of them are listed, and it is coming from get user list. If I go to our data queries, you can see there is a get user list, and DronaHQ provides a very simple, straightforward method to connect your Slack account as a third-party API connector. You just have to provide your key and the name, and simply that's it. So, and these all endpoints like user.list and getting these endpoints are like automatically provided to you. So this is doing nothing, just giving me the member ID as well as member name. So the member ID will be used to send a message to a particular person, and the member name will be useful to recognize the member ID, or you can say ID of each person or available on a Slack. So that's there. So it's getting members ID and member name. And in the property, I have already selected that display column should be 2, because I don't want people to see the members ID. I want them to understand by members name, and value column as well. Now the value column is useful when I go to the trigger section of this particular button called as ask for approval. Let's click on event, click on button, click. You can see send message. So this is like a particular endpoint of the API which helps us to post a message. Now this post message will take two things. First of all, the user ID and the message. So you can see it is getting admin, and the message is product product list dot product, the first of the array, and then title and description. These all these three things will be sent to the person. Let's see how it looks like. So if I click on send message, it has two variables. One is value admin and another is description. Value text the text value, description just the description. That's it. And whenever the person will click on send approval, it will send the message. So this is there. As now, the third functionality of this particular app is saving it in our database. So if I just come here and go to events and button click, you can see there is a very simple, straightforward update sheet task. It does nothing, just you have to provide what you want to do. Which sheet? It is the detail sheet. Select the operation. Do you want to update? Do you want to insert? Do you want to delete the record? You want to insert? Provide the key names like product name, description. Since there is no description at the moment, so yes, split button. So this is like the image one. and everything will be sent to this particular sheet. So here we have first tab, which helps us to generate description for ad purpose. If you have any queries, please do let me know in the chat section. I will try to explain if you have anything in this whole procedure, like what has happened, and if you have missed anything, just do let me know. Okay. So now moving on to our next use case is build a ChatGPT-enabled SDR outbound. So coming from marketing purpose again, or you can say as a uh, work purpose also, when you may often come to sending emails, cold replies or cold mails to people. So for that, we have created a very useful app called as ChatGPT enabled SDR outbound, which creates an outbound email template based on description provided to it. So if I just click on, let's say, David, and you can see a full screen loader type thing is there, car is running, and after that it will fetch the name, it will fetch the designation, it will fetch the employee strength, it will fetch the industry, and it will generate you a whole template which you can send in a bring to people, and like click on send and it will send a mail, and there is this option called as update email. So there is a prompt writing section. Let me first tell you the email has been there. Like, my name is Nick, I have a question for you, and this whole things has been written. But what if you want to add some additional data? Let's say in the upcoming month you are featuring this features, or you are featuring some new products, or there are some uh, discounted price due to an offer coming up. So what you can do, you can write a prompt here. So I just also include the fact that we are celebrating our company's anniversary by exclusive offer on the price in the meal. So I click on update. You can see also, as our company is celebrating its anniversary by offer exclusive deal, our pricing, to check out our details on our website. So whatever exclusive information you want to add, you can do it from writing the prompt right here and glad we added. Now let's see how this app is built. Now this app takes much lesser time and is much cooler. So I'll just think I can share my screen. Now the screen is someone has asked that is the AI already trained to recognize, and so in this particular app we haven't used for recognition of image, but yes, the endpoints provided and by OpenAI connector in our DronaHQ can recognize the image, or like if you even say that to produce an image, let's say I want an image, a person playing in the ground with his pet, it is totally doable, and the whole image will be formed at that moment, or it can be sourced from the online database, you can say, and it will be provided to you. You just have to find the right endpoint available on your HQ of OpenAI. Okay, so this is our builder view, and we will see how this app has been made. So First thing first, the data. So the data we have is in the lead side, and it is using again a variable static data. You can see right here that the data two, there is customer name, profile name, and all this data. You can fetch this from your own database also. Now right here, the text input. So the text input is made hidden. The main reason behind is that I want to collect, I want to see what exactly selected on the lead section. Now, if I go to its data section, you can see that leads.customer name. Now, lead is this particular whole section, and dot customer name is that at that moment the selected customer. So right now you can see the Alice Johnson is selected. So the text input text Alice Johnson. Now, on event of value change. So whenever I will change the value on, let's say from Alice Johnson to Boss Smith, it will hide several controls like text input, this particular text input, button, outbound mail, and button. So all the, let me show you which buttons. These buttons and this particular outbound mail and this text input. And it will show you that another outbound where the car image has been shown. So this is the outbound mail where the car image was there as a loader skill. You can use it. Next, where the important part comes is how to generate the whole image template. Now, when under Open AI generation text, we are using again chat completion endpoint, and here the model is 003, and the prompt provided here, write a 100-word SDR outbound email for previous week, follow up DronaHQ to customer whose name is. Now you remember that I was able to fetch the leader the name from the leads. So that particular keyword is used there and is working for the lead.company name again and lead.tech designation, and all this detail has been sent as a prompt. So now let's continue. We'll save the whole output result of OpenAI in this particular variable called as mail. And again, just to remove these particular special characters, we are using it a name.toString to make it to a string conversion, and then set control value. So since we got the whole email template, we want this to be set to our outbound mail to each text editor. So this is the JS code.input. And similarly, we want to hide and show a few controls like we don't want the card to be shown, we don't want the text to be shown, we want this to be visible, like we want this particular prompt to be visible, we want this email account. These two buttons to be visible. Now, the first part is done. Second part is to adding a prompt, like we want to add some changes to the email. So under this particular button of update email, go to its event section. You can see that again we are using OpenAI, but the endpoint is edits because the chat is already been completed. Next part is that we want to edit it. So edit text to three things again. First of all is the model. So the model we are using text the VC edit 001. Text to edit. Now the text I'm by outbound mail to refers to the whole text generated and provided to the control or to our REST editor, and prompt is the user input, like I want to add that in the next month we have a festive sale, or from this to this particular time you can avail this all offer. So these are the prompts. So we'll send the model, text edit, prompt, and we will continue. We'll save the output like what we are getting and put it in back inside this whole rich editor, or you can say outbound. Good. And now finally we have same, and click a button click. This is a very straightforward third-party API connector again, just like similar to Slack. Like you just click on switch mail, continue. You have to just authenticate your email ID, nothing else, and from email you can select two emails. This is just a reference mail or your temporary mail provided here, and you can provide the subject like interview mail. You can write it like this, or you can also use help of the keywords just like earlier, and then the HTML content you want it to be a HTML file, or it can be a normal text also. Yes, it can be normal text. And also in message bound we are using again the keyword. So whatever then the text editor will be sent as edit to the receiver email as a mail. So this is our third and second use case. And one last thing is that this particular tree. So this tree takes all the details from the data tool. You can say from a data query where customer name or leads dot customer slash name is equal to this. So customer name if Alice Johnson, it will take all this and it will be saved in this particular tray as a detailed view so that people can see what all details are there for this particular person. Okay, any doubts up till now? This is our second use case, and we will move on to our final use case after this. If you have any doubt, do let me know in the chat. Let me share my. So this was our second. Now, third use case: build a review app to analyze user sentiment. Now, this particular use case is can be it is like a small micro app which can be used in particularly in every field, or you can say in every website, whether you have a logistic production, whether you have a business. So you can put up this app which will not only take the reviews but also will tell you that what sentiment the users are having after using your whole UI or UX experience. So in case, let's say I have a logistic company and I have built a website built based on my company and use this assistant for taking reviews or experience review from the user. It will provide me the name and the ratings from the user as well as some thoughts, let's say, at the description, and then will tell me whether the person is very average or moderately good, very nice, bad, or overall awesome experience. And also it can be seen in case you are admin user, you can also see that what all people have given you given this particular experience as a rating as well as experience. What were the experience? Okay, let me show you. So this is here. See, now let me go to builder view and show you how it. So first thing that on the top you can see that we have achieved a 70% customer satisfaction. Now this 70% customer satisfaction is not a static value, it is a value which gets updated on real-time basis on each and every attempt a user provides or every experience our user provides. How is this happening? So the first thing first is that we are using data queries and getting an percentage from our database. Now, in this whole particular app, we will be using Supabase as our database. Just give it a second. So this is a database we already have, and you can say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inputs already. So uh, the rating is decided on the average value provided from this particular whole column, this whole particular column, and making it out of 5. So how this is happening? You can see there is a query written here, getting percentage, select round of average rating out of 5, make it a percentage, and I want only up to 2 decimal as average rating, which is good. And then I'm getting 70 as a value. Now if I just do a test and save, you can see that from the updated value, it is 71.40. Cool. Now let's just close it, and you can see it is updated like this at 1.40. Next, we have input and then rating and this thing. Finally, we have our submit button. Now the submit button, what it does, if I go to its event, click on button play. The first thing we have is OpenAI chat completion category API. So the chat completion takes in two important inputs. First of all is model. So I'm using GPT 3.5 Turbo. You can use GPT 4 also, but it takes much more time since it is also in beta, and you can check its documentation on OpenAI. And the message is that first I'm assigning the OpenAI as a role or system that you are an AI sentiment categorize sentiment categorizer, categorize the sentiment of the review as awesome, good, average, bad, or very bad. And the role, like the role which I am providing you as a user, is content like rating of some number, let's say 4 out of 5, and a review, which will be a whole text, and the role assistant. Now the role assistant is provided here as a additional role. You can see as the message prompt is to provide us a single answer, not a whole text. So there is a possibility that the AI provide us that the sentiment is felt to be average, but I don't want the whole sentence. I want only the word awesome or good or average. So for that, I've added another rule of assistant, which will categorize and content them into awesome, good, average, bad, or very bad. So here we have the whole message, and in between message, I've used keyword to get the rating. I've used keywords to get the review, and then that's it. So if you want to continue, I've saved the message, like whatever the sentiment I am finally getting back from OpenAI, it will save in this result variable. And the next part is I want to save it in my database also, because I want to get the updated data. I want to get the updated satisfied percentile of the customer. So right here, so this is the query for insert data. So this is a simple query used for our PostgreSQL and Supabase. Insert into sentiment, name, experience, rating, review, and values are these variables. So I'm just simply passing OpenAI result, like whatever sentiment I have got, then text, whatever text as a name, and the rating, whatever is selected, and the review. Click on continue, and there's that. Next, I want to refresh the control data and refresh the variable data. So refreshing the control data enables you to put up new inputs by refreshing the whole data available in this particular controls. and refresh variable data is for getting the new data from our data queries being run again. So get data expected percent experience percent will be refreshed again. So let me close this out. Here you can see that the get data is there, and so it is giving me name, rating, experience from sender. Now, uh, from the let me run this up. And it will show that the experience I'm getting again in this format, in object format, and I want to change this. So we can I've written a JavaScript to change the experience and provide it into a simple string format and selected the filter keys, name, rating, and experience, and this is saved into get data, which is getting it right here. So table grid is getting all the data from that particular data query. So whenever I click on submit at the end of the action flow, the whole uh, get data query runs again, and the updated data comes right back in this particular table grid. So let me show you quickly what happens. So let's see. Ash. So the review has been sent as the sentiment has been analyzed as good, and we have reached from 71 to 72.5% customer satisfaction. And right at the end, we must have access this and experience as good. So this is the whole app, and to share the so right here also you can see that Ash has been added. Really like the filtering option in the product. Yes. Okay, so let's move on. Uh, so there is a question that endpoints are based from OpenAI platform. Uh, yes, so the endpoints are already been mentioned and made public from OpenAI. So those we are using already being integrated in DronaHQ platform. So we are not training the AI basically, but we are using the trained AI because this particular part to add AI into your low code app is to seamlessly enhance your development or seamlessly enhance your whole process of using how AI can be beneficial for your whole process. So we are not exactly training it, but we are using its feature like, okay, so OpenAI helps us to get a whole email template. How we can use it? So we can use it by giving it a prompt. We can use it by providing it a proper and model prompt and message to the correct endpoint API of OpenAI. I think that should explain you. And lastly, we also have AI Assist in DronaHQ. Now, AI Assist in DronaHQ is basically quickly share my screen. This one. So you have seen that OpenAI helps us to get the advanced functionality of AI. But what if you want to perform something related to code basis or something related to query basis? So that also DronaHQ provides an assistant, a personal assistant, you may say. Let me show you. So here you can see in the experiment, in the experience percentage, mm, we are getting 60. Now, what if I say that I don't want 60, but I want it to be 60%, right, with a percent sign? I will do a transformation of the JavaScript. Now I don't want to write the whole code. I don't know how to write the code exactly. So what I'll do, I'll simply click on Ask AI function right here, add percentage to, let's see this. Let's do ask. Let's see what happens. Let's do run. You can see 60%. So this is one of the very useful assist. And another assist I may say is for writing queries. So AI assist on DronaHQ can help you to write JavaScript function, writing queries, and SQL queries in SQL as well as non-SQL. I will quickly show you. So right now I'm on my query builder, and I will show you quickly how you can use the Ask AI feature to write very complicated queries and to very simple queries also. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, just let them come and I'll check them. So let's say I want get. So I want get data from customer list and it has active users. Get all data of customer list. So in this way, you can use the Ask AI assist and it will help you to write the queries. As you can see that all the active user is one has been provided. So there's this. Stop share. Okay, so the final session of Q&A. So if you have guys any questions, so let's see, there's this question. So limitation in terms of adding external APIs. if the API, if you want to add an API from a model and the model is public, there is no limitation until and unless you have all the details related to its code, its endpoint URL, and its authentication factors. So there is no limitation in such kind. And if you come to DronaHQ platform, you will see that there are numerous already integrated endpoints. You just have to configure your ID. So you will have an option from Shopify to Zandex to OpenAI and WhatsApp and much more. Also, AI specific documentation. So AI specific documentation, if you want, you can search it on our community articles. There is this Ask AI, how AI helps you to assist with your work. And yes, there is that. And also we have past video on writing a whole writing a whole, building a whole Slack bot with the help of AI, which will help use AI to provide you all the answers in your workspace for any, let's say in Slack. Um, there's this question I didn't get you quite well. Like, may I kindly try if you can ask the AI to query to call an API using curl command. Sorry, Mark, I didn't get you here. If you can. Sure. I think someone from my team can share this links to the chat. If you have any other questions, do let me know. And these links, I think through mail or in the chat, will be shared to you guys so that you can explore them. Just don't rush them, so that because we are using sheets and database and use it for your own purpose. Do not feed any unuseful information. Any other questions? Shoot it on the chat. I will be happy to help you. So, if there is that, I think we can conclude the session. Okay.